True or false that if you're nice to people, do nice things for them, and you're friendly, that chances are that everybody will like you? Well, false, unfortunately, because for some reason, when you're overly nice to people, it tends to put them on edge and make them a little bit weary. And there are good reasons for that. Now, if we look at our lives, growing up at school, there was always that teacher's pet that just asked way too many questions and was doing all the nice things for the teacher. Or when you're at work and the person that laughs a little too hard at the boss's jokes seems to get under our skin a little bit. Or if you're on a date and your date agrees with everything that you do and you're just so fabulous, the way you eat and drink and walk and wear your clothes and hold your fork is absolutely amazing, then that too can get a little bit annoying and get under our skin and put us right off people. Though the motives of some of these may be coming from a good place and the intentions behind it are very clear, when you're overly nice to people, it could be annoying and sometimes outright rude. So what is it about nice people that gets under our skin? If you haven't been to my page before, welcome. I'm Hamasa. On this corner of the internet, I look at personal development, mental and emotional wellness, as well as day-to-day issues. Please do like and comment on this video, and please introduce yourselves in the comments below if you're new, and subscribe to my page so that you're up to date with all my content. Now, we all know someone who's just excessively friendly and nice and extra at all times. And unfortunately, that could grate us the wrong way. And there is a number of reasons why. Because you can feel incredibly guilty when someone's always very nice to you and you're just getting annoyed with them. You start questioning yourself, am I the bad person? But when people are always agreeing with you and never really stand up for what they believe, it can sometimes come across fake or disingenuous. And I'll tell you why. So there are three main categories that people fall under when they're overtly nice that could get annoying. And the first one is when someone constantly agrees with you. Let's say you discuss veganism, and the person that's being overly nice tends to agree that you're right, you should be a vegan, and we should do this and we should do that, and we shouldn't be eating meat. Then the next person comes along and says that they, as human beings, we need the protein and we should be eating meat and we were born to eat meat and we're hunter-gatherers, They put forward a different argument. And this person agrees with them too. And they're doing it to keep everybody happy. They're doing it to people please, to make sure that no one's offended with what they say. But in truth, that can come across with lack of paying attention or, in fact, listening at all. Because surely you should have an opinion on the matter and be leaning more towards one side than the other. But if you're just agreeing with anything that comes out of anyone's mouth, then it's because you're not really paying attention or are really into the conversation at all. So the niceness can in fact be turned into rudeness. The second part is when people are always keen to give you compliments, but the compliments are very random and not on things that you would appreciate being complimented on. For us to be able to accept or take a compliment is for someone to point out something that we truly emotionally value and connects to us and resonates with us. That's when that compliment really makes a difference. Let's say someone compliments me on my key ring. I mean, that really, it's cute that you like it, but it's not really gonna make me feel a type of way or overjoyed. But if you compliment me on how I carry myself, how I come across, then I would be so thrilled because that's something that means something to me. That's something that I emotionally connect with. So when people are just complimenting you left, right, and center non-stop over everything and anything, it comes across fake, and it's also kind of like a backhanded compliment because it could be taken as an insult. Is that what you picked up on? Is that what you noticed? What about the person that I am? Forget my hearing. So if they're not pointing out things that you emotionally connect with or value, then those compliments aren't necessarily taken in a positive way or in a complimentary way. And the final thing is that when you're praised constantly over, I love the way you speak, I love the way you handle business, I love the way you drive a car, I love this, I love that, you're so amazing, your choices, your decisions, there's nothing wrong with you. When you're put on such a pedestal, one, you feel the pressure of constantly being this person around them, because otherwise they've put you on a pedestal, and that's never a good place to be. If people put you on a pedestal, then you really have no room to mess up, and you have this pressure of always being perfect. And the second thing is that it kind of highlights the bits that when you're constantly being praised, then you know that, well, no, I'm not actually this perfect. No, I'm not actually this amazing. It kind of highlights your insecurities and things that your deepest, loneliest, darkest secrets, which you don't necessarily want to think about. But when someone constantly puts you on a pedestal, thinks you're so amazing, thinks you're so positive, then it kind of highlights those darker sides in you, in your head. That's why it could be annoying when praise is just given for the sake of praise. Things with compliments and praise, the value of it goes up when it's given at the right time, and it's given and it's not you're overly spent, it's not overly done, because then it becomes the norm and you don't tend to appreciate it so much. So that's why when someone's always excessively really nice to you, it kind of could come across not very genuine, not very authentic, fake, and you start questioning people's motives, even if their motives and intentions are very clear. Now, if you're one of these very nice people that feel that you're constantly misunderstood and your niceness is taken in the wrong way, then there are certain things for you to be conscious of moving forward, so that it doesn't get misunderstood and you come across the correct way. Now, if you disagree with something that someone says, then voice your opinion. Disagreements does not always mean an argument or a battle or disrespect. As long as conversations and criticism is done without hurting the other person's dignity, then people find it quite exciting and exhilarating to have a good discussion. And you may actually learn something from each other if you could constructively have a conversation and criticize and disagree with the other person's opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. So speaking up your mind is taken in a good way. So when you speak your mind, you're not being insulting or disrespectful. You're actually, on the contrary, demanding some sort of respect and demanding that people give you some room to speak. So you're sharing your opinion and you're standing up for what you believe is right. When it comes to compliments, understand the value of a compliment and see what something means to someone, and then highlight that and praise them in the area that they can emotionally resonate and connect with. It's no good you throwing compliments about to be nice when it's not taken or received the correct way. Let's say if someone has a new job and they're very proud of that, then you should probably highlight their skills and capabilities of how well they'll do their new role at their new job, because that's something that will encourage someone, will make them feel good about that compliment, and will be received at a time that they genuinely would need a boost. The next thing is that when you constantly praise someone, that doesn't necessarily make them feel good. So rather than throwing praises around, sympathize with things that worries them, share the emotional burden, show support when they need it, and cheer them on when they achieve or do something good. Show genuine emotion when they're happy, and show genuine support when they're sad. And that way people tend to connect and see you as a true, authentic, loving friend, rather than just praising without anything to really back it. People who are authentic and true to who they are tend to use their own experiences and life lessons as a base to try and gather the energy in the room and the dynamic, and make conversations based on people's interests and likes and dislikes. But people who tend to people please or be extra nice tend to forget their own likes and dislikes and their life experiences and just go along with whoever says whatever, because they're so keen on trying to please people and keep people happy. And that's very easy to pick up on. This sort of behavior sometimes stems from excessive humility. That surely these people that I put on a pedestal cannot relate to what I think, what I do, or my opinions. So why would I even share it? So you kind of belittle yourself. You make yourself small to make sure that the other people in the room are kept happy. And if you're going to treat yourself like that, then it's incredibly hard for other people to start treating you with respect or giving you that space when you shrink yourself in front of them. If you constantly fall under this cycle of people pleasing and trying to keep the peace in the room and be extra nice to people, then what that really stems down from is a sense of intense modesty. And somewhere down the line, you've lost your confidence, and you've lost your confidence in yourself, your beliefs, you can't validate yourself, and you just don't see yourself as good as you think other people are. The curse of the overly friendly, nice person teaches us that everything in moderation and anything in excess is never pleasing to people. As much as you want to be out there pleasing them, you're actually displeasing them. The key to be liked in social situations is to understand that even if you were to fail in this social situation, that you would be okay. A display of security and confidence is what tends to win people over. Because you can't surely please anyone or agree with anyone when you are not pleasing yourself or agreeing with yourself, and you're not set in your own ways and mindset and thinking. If you come across flaky and you don't really like yourself, then how could you possibly like other people? That's why it comes across not genuine. So to overcome that is to really validate yourself, be sure of who you are, understand that it's okay to offend some people. You're not going to be losing any friends over that. If anything, if you stand up for what you believe in and what's true to you, then chances are that you will probably make more genuine friends who see and accept you for you than having a whole bunch of people that you feel like you need to please just to be in their circles. So it's incredibly important for us to understand and know ourselves and be true to who we are and be confident, secure, and genuine, that even in this social situation, I'm not necessarily liked. I'm okay with that because I like me and I don't need other people to like me. If you've enjoyed this or found it helpful, please do subscribe to my page, like and comment on this video, and please do share this with someone who may find it helpful or that are just overly nice and always feel like they get walked all over. There's a reason that when people are extra nice to us, we feel a little bit on edge. And the sooner we overcome this, the sooner we get to understand and appreciate people's true motives and intentions. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. Mwah.